Some stories aren't meant to be told, they're meant to be felt. This is one of those stories. A tale not of lovers, but of soul bound mirrors, of a man who kneels in reverence and a woman who rises in flame. Welcome to the Mind of Sai Marie. Today we walk the line between myth and memory, between collar and crown, between the Gothic soulmate and the sovereign flame. He was the Gothic soulmate, a man of long silences and longer poems, a wanderer, a watcher, a whisperer of truths too heavy for daylight. She was the sovereign flame, a woman of radiant command, mythic beauty, and wit sharp enough to carve through time. Their bond was not ordinary. It was forged in the language of dominance and submission, but transcended the physical. It was spiritual, symbolic, sacred. He called her mistress. He once called her mine. And though they never consummated their bond in flesh, they did so in fire. Let me tell you the truth of how their myth unfolded. A dynamic formed. She was his submissive, and he her dominant. But it was more than roles. It was recognition. Friendship lingered, the bond softened, life intervened, and silence grew. And then it seemed for a while that nothing would come of this until one fall day a poem appeared, public, raw, reverent, and in it he identified her in the final line as bone of my bone. Then came social media, commentary, reels of things that reminded the past, that were mild and subtle, yet entirely consistent, as if a flicker remained of what might have one time been a passionate and uniting love. But would he be able to go to the place where rugged terrain left him toiling in vain in many ways? Or would life lead them to a separation despite the recognition of what they always knew to be and what always was? And she believing so truly, without a doubt, that he was the one created to love her. And so lovingly she stayed, patient and adoring, remembering and loving him for all the things he forgot. But she would always see. She loved him beyond words' description, and she knew her love would forever be. And these weren't just simple words, they were relics and offerings, as if spell had been cast across time. But what does it mean to be someone's myth? To be remembered not as a person, but as a force. For me, it means knowing that beauty and wit are not just traits, but they can also be weapons. That love, when wielded with intention, becomes legacy. And oh, wasn't he handsome? And she matched him in every way. And though they may never return to what that was, they remained echoes in each other's story. And it is important to know that this story isn't just about rekindling, really, it's about recognition. That soulmates are not always meant to stay, but they are indeed always meant to stir. So to the Gothic soulmate, wherever you are, know that the sovereign flame still burns, not for you, not against you, but because of you. And to the listeners, if you've ever loved mythically, mourned beautifully, or stood sovereign in your own becoming, this story is yours too. In the words of the notoriously haunting and gifted Emily Bronte, whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Until the next time, this has been a short story brought to you by the Mind of Sai Marie. Stay radiant, stay sovereign, and stay mythic.